Okay, today in this video we are going to remove this and replace it with this one. Except this time, because this is just a horrible, nasty little prototype device that I built with parts from the Ryobi battery pack I ripped apart. This is the 10 battery carrier. This is the bottom side or the top side, whichever way you want to look at it. I took two of the spring leads from inside the battery pack and turned them into a spring capture system for the battery. So I can place that in this way and then set this as necessary, and then you can see I can make contact on the positive side here. On the negative side it just fits up, and if I need to tighten it I can just slide that towards it. Still waiting on battery holders, don't know where they are. The eBay vendor asked me to be patient. I certainly am, because they've been in contact with me for well, they've been in contact with me before I actually bothered to ask them what the story was with when everything was coming or not coming. So anyways, back to the subject of this video. Got my helper guy, preheated iron, pretty sad iron. You can see it got a kind of a bent tip on it. Nextech, basically Radio Shack brand. So actually, just to give me a hand, and because I know this one's dead anyways, let's just do this. And pop these off real quick. Set that aside with the other bad one. Now, before I commit this thing, what I plan on doing this time, I stopped at Princess Auto, which is like Tractor Supply store in the States, or I don't know, or Fry's, I guess, is also in the States, or like some other place I'm sure that you have in your country if you're not from the United States or Canada. So I am going to put alligator clips on these because, well, because. And honestly, you know what? I'm looking at this. I'm going to resolder this. This is rather nasty. I'm going to pull these off here. And I'm going to put new leads. Now, I don't buy wire in bulk yet, because for the moment I have a lot. Ooh, that chair is almost dead. I have quite a number of power supplies floating around that are dead. I've got nice wire computer power supplies. So what I've done so far is I've cut, I forget what type of connector that is, an old connector type. Cut this off, and now I'm just reusing the wire accordingly. Good copper wire are certainly better than spending money on something I don't have to spend money on. I'm going to put good long leads on these, so I've got lots of flexibility. Unlike the last set of wires that I added. Half decent set of Canadian Tire wire strippers. Maybe. Helps if you use the right cut. these are all tips I've picked up from watching a lot of other videos, but first, of course, is always twist these wires. The other thing, take this off first. The other thing is, of course, to pre-tin the wires. So, get the helpy hands in here. And we'll pre-tin these wires. Alright, that's one side. Doing a nasty, nasty job of this, I'm sure. Someone's going to look at this and go, yeah, you can't solder. And I know I can't. Really only had to do soldering now that I've been playing with all this stuff. Yeah, soldered up nicer that way. Okay. I can deal with my inadequacy as a soldering guy. I just hope YouTube can. Okay. I'll do this with the helpy hands instead of freehand like the other one. Okay. Helpy hands, the best thing I ever wasted money on as far as buying something that for the longest time just sat. Very happy I've got those now. Well, making a mess. Okay. Probably should come in from this side. Hot. That's on there. All right. Make sure we get this boot on before I forget. That I don't find these boots a little annoying. Yep. Here we go with the annoying part. Yeah, whatever. Let's do it. Nope. This thing is mocking me. Wait a minute. And then it's ouch. Ouch, ouch, ouch. And inspiration strikes. Duh. there you go, hot tip right there. You need to get your alligator clip cover back on. Stick something in the tip. There you go. Alright, so back to Helpy Hands. Some fresh solder onto the iron here. Okay. Still have another battery box on order. Hopefully it will be along soon. Really want that one to get here. It's got a 4 battery, I call it user serviceable, as opposed to the battery box I bought and really wasn't paying attention to, only to find out that battery box was completely DIY and required that I fully assemble the thing. It's a big mistake. Let's push this over first. Butterfingers. Alright. Upside down and Helpy Hands. Ball. Whew. Yeah, should have known better than that. Hot, hot, hot. I deliver entertainment along with my knowledge. Knowledge. Well, we'll call it knowledge, why not? I'm learning. Everybody's learning. Everyone learns all the time. Okay. There's that fancy trick again. So there's my other lead. Sucker back up here. That's not bad. Good enough for government work. Alright, so now you can see the reason why I did this. These connectors are just big enough. They were the perfect fit. Put them on the wrong ones right out of the gate. It's the perfect fit. Feed those on the battery connectors. And now, let's see what we've got here. I disturb the camera a bit because I'm stealing the USB cable. And now we find out. Blink, 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 blink. Oh, this cable is awfully tight. Make sure we don't have any shorted leads there. Get something heavy to hold that wire. Dead sealed lead acid battery. That'll do it every time. Alright, so let's put this battery in and see what happens. Well, it goes red for charging. So let's set this sucker in here. Look at that. Red for charging. Okay. Now, I can't really see that. I guess we'll just put it right there. I won't move. Help your hands out of the way. Let's do some multimeter testing. So this 18650 battery is, get some volts going here. This 18650 battery is already at 3.7 volts. Of course, always helps to measure the right polarity. So this is 3.66 and charging. Now, these outputs should pull all the way to whatever the battery is capable of outputting. Yep. Make sure those do not short out on me. And the input voltage should read 4.7 volts. It's kind of uninspiring, but it's enough to get the job done. And now, if we want, what I can do here, disconnect the battery, take a look at the amperes that are coming through this. 10 amps, because I know that this will spike up. So it's putting out 0.96 amps. Alright. Now, disconnect power for a second. Reconnect this lead. Maybe. Oh, these things are slippery. It's the only thing I can complain about this particular purchase, these alligator clips. But honestly, such a good price. I have big collection of these 18650 cells. Now the thing that I'm most interested in is I've labeled out some of them as I tested them with the multimeter. This one reads in at 0.84, terrible handwriting. So let's pull this good battery. This is one of these Panasonic CGR batteries. Got a lot of them that are actually in really good shape. There's only a few of them from all the salvage batteries that were wrong or had gone wrong. All this foolish blue stuff. I need to get some methyl hydrate and melt that right off. This is probably not going to be a good battery to choose. As this particular battery has wraparound plastic. So let's try something else. Actually, you know what? If I loosen that, that will work. No, wrong size. Silly man. for the Americans out there that are watching this, this is a Robertson head. Way better than a Phillips. Better than Torx. It's square. They just work. Sorry. In goes the battery. Across goes the contact. And we'll just tack this down. We'll check for voltage. .82. So we do have contact. Let's plug it back in. I have a message. All right. So here we go. Okay, it's charging up. 168, 169, 17, 172, 173, 6. Keeps climbing. All right. So I'm going to leave this battery to charge, and we're going to see if that light goes from red to green. And then perhaps another video on something else. Not sure. Definitely once the battery holders get here, and then we'll see. Thanks.